Hello, everyone. So, I'm going to take you through the next 4 days of my LA trip. So, when I wasn't doing work or editing YouTube videos, I spent a lot of time walking along 3rd Street. 3rd Street is this commercial corridor that sort of separates Little Bangladesh to the north from Cape Town to the south. Now, 3rd Street isn't a hard line of demarcation. And that's because you can find Mexican influences, Asian American influences, and South American influences, especially in their culinary offerings in this one plaza I'm going to take you to. And if you happen to follow me on Instagram and seen some of my stories, you can tell how floored I was by this plaza that offered American style donuts and Hawaiian style Chinese food out the same plaza. And as you can probably tell, I became very acquainted with these two establishments because they're some of the few restaurants or places to get something to eat or a snack at that's open past 8 p.m. So if you're traveling to if you're traveling to LA, make sure that you check the closing times of any of the restaurants you plan on visiting. And I'm not trying to sit here and say that LA doesn't know how to city, but I was pretty surprised at how early things close here. So, the plaza where California Donuts and the Hawaiian Barbecue House is located is close to 3rd Street and Vermont. My favorite donuts were the mango or strawberry shortcake crumble donut and the Boston cream. So good. So the following day, I walked in the opposite direction towards La Brea, towards West Hollywood, to go check out the Trader Joe's. I could probably get by with eating takeout all the time because I only spent like $20 for like 2 days worth of food. What does dip mean? Dip, dip, dip. I definitely needed some more healthier options. A 3 mile trip that would have taken me 15 minutes by car took me about an hour by foot. It was particularly hot that day. It was in like the 80s, 90s, but the trip was worth it as I got to see some nice flora and I got to check out the urban landscape. I didn't seem to take any photos inside Trader Joe's because most of you know what that looks like. I was there basically for business. But I got to take the bus back with all my groceries and I used my tap card for the first time. Riding the metro wasn't as intimidating as I thought it was going to be. It's more modern and well taken care of in comparison to the subway system. And I didn't need to download a separate app just to keep track of my bus arrival times. Google Maps was more than enough. So for dinner that night, I checked out the Biryani Kebab House. It's basically kitty corner from California Donuts and it's located in its own plaza. This is me with my spoils for tonight, my victuals. I basically have to do the walk of shame back to the house, past California Donuts and the barbecue place again. This street has such an interesting vibe to it. This was a Pakistani place that I've been meaning to check out but never got around to. And despite there being so many street vendors, so many taco stops, I only checked out one during my whole trip here. This was not the one, unfortunately. This street has all the nodes that you would come to expect from a commercial corridor. It's got the Bingo Liquors, it's got this convenience store that sells snacks out the back across the street. And on my way home, I visited John's Produce. Now, the grocery stores here are pretty mid, so don't expect much, but the best experience I had shopping was at a Whole Foods slash 365 store, but I'll show you that in a future video. I finally made it home and I'm about to tuck into my meal. The first thing I'm opening up is this chicken chapati. This was only $5, but they gave me like two big pieces. This is the star of the show. This is the lamb biryani with tender, moist, delicious pieces of lamb. Um, I split this meal into about three. I had enough for 3 days. Okay, so we're spilling into the third day here. I'm catching up with work, social media, and me and my friend have planned a little day spa trip to V Spa. Okay, that's the blankets. That's cute.
A little bit further, there's MacArthur park. I think it's literally those trees right there, and that area is the park.
Oh, trees. Okay.
And this is more like Latina, almost downtown.
We're almost downtown?
We're almost there. I mean,
Okay.
that's downtown.
Okay. Wow. I didn't realize we're that close.
Yeah, the
Downtown LA.
yeah, the cross section of like, I guess LA, from like Beverly Hills to downtown, just going east to west is really cool, and I think happens really dramatically.
Like kind of what I was experiencing on 3rd Street. So it's just like, oh, it's all of a sudden rich now.
Yes.
Sorry. Oh, that's okay. So this isn't necessarily haha funny, but what's funny is that I actually heard about We Spa prior to ever visiting LA. I had to go back and do a little bit of research, but some of you might know or remember that We Spa was the center of this whole controversy and the catalyst of this protest that happened in LA about last year. I heard about it on YouTube prior to seeing it covered in mainstream media outlets. Now, this incident really hit a nerve in the cultural milieu. You had people making thought pieces about it, and it really went beyond its geographical bounds in a way that I found really perplexing because you had some people describing this that it might be a hoax, while at the same time, real individuals unconnected to the initial event were receiving real time consequences behind something that they didn't participate in. That green grape tonic from that one place.
Me too. I'm still thinking about that. I'm like planning a day to go
I
back
know.
there.
Okay, let's go back there.
That's where we can wear our thigh highs.
Oh, okay.
Thigh highs to go eat shaved ice. This is like a very weird slice of the city. It's where the urban grid like pivots like that.
Yeah.
For a second, it gets like very neighborhoody, and then you're literally just down.
Okay. Yeah, it was like, this is actually nice. It like, all right, so another one of the things, like when I told you that man like recoiled from me, like when I was walking for so long, and it's just like, God, it feels like I'm in purgatory because there's no breakup, no break from the sprawl, unless it's like a restaurant and stuff. But I was just like, God, I'm tired of like.
There's nowhere to sit. There's nowhere to just.
That
chill.
is true. I mean, there is, but like
Not
that
really.
hasn't been like um, too much riffraff. I don't know, or grime on it. There you go. So, like, yeah, there were some crazy protests happen outside this very unassuming looking spa. Um, so, yeah, let's just finish checking it out because they've got some neat amenities that I haven't seen before. And I consider myself a bit of a spa expert, a little bit of a Korean spa expert. We have a King Spa in Illinois that I've frequented a bunch of times. So, yeah, I think I know what I'm talking about. Okay, so one way that We Spa beats King Spa is that they have this amazing store there. I think it was called JG Aria when I looked at my credit card statements. And it's like a little Ulta in there. They have all these wonderful products and hair accessories for you to buy to augment your spa experience. Now, every time I've been at King Spa, I never really ate there. So today I made an exception. And that's why you can see the bill that I'm racking up on the side right there.
Here is hard. Yeah, no, I'm like, it comes like in like a with ice, like a smoothie. But I order it with no ice, so it's just.
So you can get more juice. Oh, I should have did that. Oh wow.
I mean, it's not necessarily about getting more juice. I just feel like
More juice.
like if the whole point of going to the spa is like heating up and like activating my metabolism, why would I eat an ice thing?
So our spa experience ran into the next morning, of course. Since they're a 24 hours facility, we left after midnight. We checked out Vaughn's Produce on Vermont near 3rd Street. It's another mid-tier grocery store. They're supposedly owned by the same parent company as Jewel Osco, but it's not giving Jewel Osco vibes. It's one of the few establishments open past midnight, and if you do go, expect a bit of a long line or wait if you go there. Clean the oven, and I swear to God, the mice, it was like Fight Club in there. It was Fight Club in that bitch. They were popping up. He killed 7 on his own. So that's a little preview of the following night when I get to go out for the first time. So if you're vibing with my content or you can deal with my little gruesome story, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. I'll be showing some more LA vlogs in the future. Thank you. Bye-bye.